Hey, gods and goddesses. How is everyone doing today? Um, so, today we're going to talk about cleansing our decks. We're going to talk about new decks, old decks, gifted decks. Um, Sometimes a deck might need to be cleansed on based on the reading that you just gave. Maybe some energy was left behind that you don't necessarily agree with after a reading, and you feel like your deck may need to be cleansed. Just like yesterday, I did a reading, and when the client left, I felt this energy, not necessarily bad energy or good energy, but it was energy that wasn't meant for me, and I don't want it here anymore, and I don't want it on my deck anymore. So today I'm going to be cleansing the decks that I used in that reading. So I'm going to share that with you all today. So basically, when I cleanse my decks, what I do is I have my incense going here. I have some frankincense and I have some myrrh and I have my sage right here. And I go ahead and I get everything burning, get the smoke flowing and everything. Sometimes it's a little harder to light these. If you have frankincense and myrrh, the best way to get those going, to get the smoke you need for a deck cleansing, is to use charcoal briskets. Charcoal briskets make it a lot easier in the smoking process for your frankincense and myrrh. So after you get that smoking a little bit, grab your sage. It's best if you get sage that's not dry and you dry it yourself, because there's more of a connection with your sage if you actually dry it yourself. A lot of people don't know that. They think they can just go out and buy some already dried sage, and you don't know what kind of energy is on that. So the best thing you can do is purchase your own undried sage, or even grow it. Grow your own. Like, I grow my own in the backyard and it's wonderful. So once you dry it and get the smoke going, go ahead and cleanse the area that you're into. Go ahead and cleanse that. Because I did do my reading in here. I didn't do it in my office. I did it in here. So I am cleansing this area as well to get that energy out of here. Get that energy out. I don't know what it is, but whatever it is, me and him ain't cool and I want him out. So here's this. And then what I do basically is, after all my stuff is going together, make sure all your smokes mix together. You want your frankincense, your myrrh, your sage, and your incense smoke. You want it all mixing together. And then what I do is I take each card and pass it through the smoke. Get it nice and cleansed. Go on to the next card. Get it nice and cleansed. And the next one, and just keep doing that over and over and over again until every card in your deck has gone through this smoke. And then you're just going to keep on doing that. I just got a regular abalone shell here. And just keep passing it through the smoke. And once you do that, I may go ahead and jump ahead because I have a lot of cards that need to be passed through the smoke. I'm going to pass all your cards through. All right, so I've gone ahead and done most of my deck, and I'm to the end now. So basically what you're going to do is, when you get to the end of your deck, just imagine all the old energy, all the stagnant energy leaving your deck, and you're filling it up. Think of it like a cup, and you're pouring out old water and you're filling it up with your new water. So after you're done cleansing your deck with the smoke, what I like to do next, this is a pretty old deck, so what I like to do is use the biggest crystal for this one, because this deck sometimes scares me. So this deck here, put everything together, everything's shuffled, everything's mixed up, everything's freshly saged and frankincense and myrrh. Go ahead and put the whole deck in there together. Make sure it's nice and cleansed. And what I like to do is I like to put it back. If you still have it, some of you don't. This is a pretty old deck. As you can see, the packaging is old. So I even put the packaging through the sage. I cleanse it all together, put it all together, and then I put the cards back in the deck. Like you see, this one's broken. Put them back in there together, all together. And then you can get you any kind of quartz. It can be a big quartz. It can be a little quartz. It could be a cluster quartz. Anything. Just take your crystal and put it on top of your deck. And what I like to do, and if you can see that there, I don't know if you can see that. See the crystals on top of my deck now. And what I like to do is I like to leave the crystal on my deck until the next full moon. Usually what I do is I do these cleansings on a new moon. I leave my crystal on top of my deck until the next full moon. But I know a lot of you all can't do that. Y'all, you need your decks. You can't leave your deck sitting for 2 weeks at a time. So in that case, it's always good to have a second deck. But today I'm willing to go ahead and just sit for the 2 weeks or whatever to make sure these decks are cleansed, especially these two. So then I'm going to do my oracle deck next. So I'll do that one next. And after I do this deck, what I'll do is I'll put the cluster quartz on top of that one. And everything will be nice and cleansed. And it's very important to make sure that you cleanse the things that you do divination on, because you never know what kind of energies you're bringing out or putting in, or especially our clients, we don't know what kind of energies they're bringing. And sometimes it's just better to go ahead and just cleanse it. Just cleanse it, especially if you're feeling. Don't go into the next reading knowing there's energy, stagnant, bad, good, whatever. Knowing that there's energy on your deck. Don't do that, because that energy will become your energy. Cleanse your decks. It's like going to the flea market. You ain't gonna put those clothes right on after you bought them, right? You're gonna cleanse them first. Well, think of your divination tools the same way. Whether it was gifted to you, bought from the store, you don't just buy stuff from the store and put it on. You cleanse it first. Think of your decks the same way, and I promise you, your readings will be more clear. They'll make more sense to you and your clients, and you'll feel better. You'll feel better. You're not giving all your energy away, cleansing these decks. So if y'all have any questions about this, or if y'all want me to go more into depth, I have other ways of cleansing my decks too. This is the most simple one, the easiest one that I can share with you all today. If y'all have any questions, just drop them below or hit me up on my Facebook page or whatever, and I got y'all. So all right, y'all have a great day and cleanse your decks.